I'm going to talk about layers and text objects. First off, I'm going to open a new document and I'm going to tear off my Layers tab. If you can't find the Layers tab, it's under the Window menu. Layers, when you first bring them in, you can stretch out this Layers palette pretty far. The first layer is always the background layer when you make a new canvas, and it's always locked. If you open an image in Photoshop, the background layer is that image, and that's always locked. And if you need to unlock it, just tap the lock and hit OK. Over here I have a few different layers, and I think you're probably familiar with if you change the stacking order of different objects, like this gray box I have on the left. If I put it on top of other layers, it'll make them invisible, so on and so forth. And that's really what's important for this text tutorial. First of all, with the text tool, it's this tool down here, and there are two different ways to use it. First, you can just click anywhere and type. You can highlight your type, change its color up here. To get off of the type tool and have a new type layer, so you'll have to click a new tool and then click back on it. It's the only tool that won't let you use hotkeys. If you click and drag out a box, you'll make a text box. And you'll see that text will return automatically within that text box. You can hover over the text box with the text tool to change it, or you can also use the move tool to change the size and scale. Don't get those two things confused because they look very similar. You'll need to be on the text tool in order to change the size and scale of the text box itself. If you need to change the color of font, use the type tool to highlight the font. You can change then just that particular font size. It's bold, italic, condensed, any of that sort of stuff. So if you want to customize individual bits of type, say I wanted to change 2 letters to something else, say I wanted the Y and the P to be a different color, I can highlight those. When you need to change the color of part of your text, in some cases, like this text layer up here, if I click on it and highlight, you can see that I can just change part of the text in order to make contrast with the background. But say in some cases your design doesn't call for that. You actually need a letter to overlap, something like this. And you see how the O becomes sort of invisible because the background is also white. Well, I mean, I could come over and just make it a different color, but maybe your design doesn't call for that either. Or maybe that doesn't look very good. And this is where knowing how to use your layers becomes important. So now I have my background layer, which is white. I have this rectangular color, and then I have my text object here. And I want just white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this text layer up and erase part of it. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to take the text layer that I made. I'm going to drag it down to this little folded piece of paper, and now I have the exact same thing on top of itself. With the type tool, I'm going to select all my letters, make them black, hit OK, select off of it onto the eraser. I'll come back over to the layer, right click, and select Rasterize Type. When I erase the black, it will reveal the white text underneath it. So that's how you can erase part of a layer to reveal part of another layer. You can see if I drag this layer underneath the other one, how it wouldn't work. So I need that layer to be on top that's partially erased, revealing part of the layer underneath it. That's how layers work. You can drag them above one another, below one another. You can copy layers by dragging to the folded piece of paper. You can create new layers by hitting the folded piece of paper. And you can trash layers by bringing them down to the trash bin.